This is a quick video just to answer the question, why do I need another die cutting machine if I already have one or two or three, whatever you may have. So I wanted to show you, I have the Big Shot Pro, I have the Big Shot, and I also have the Sizzix Sidekick from Holtz. And this Big Shot Pro works beautifully with these large dies, and it even works with the steel rule dies, the big dies that I have here, but I don't generally use it. It's just too much machine for everyday cutting, so I usually reserve using it only for the large dies that came with it. Otherwise it just sits and takes up half of the shelf. It is quite a big machine. Daily I use my Big Shot, and that cuts both the big dies, and it also cuts with an adapter. It cuts my thinlets and framelets, and it's worked beautifully over the years. But I just recently received this Sizzix Sidekick from Holtz, and it is just fabulous, and it makes cutting all of these tiny thinlets so much faster and so much easier than even using my Big Shot, because I have the adapter plates, I have the 12-inch ones, and it takes a long time to run them through. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little demo of cutting with the Sizzix Sidekick and see if I can show you how much easier it makes cutting than with my Big Shot. So we've already discussed how the Big Shot Pro is just too much machine for cutting out some of these smaller dies. So the ones I'm going to be using are the dies that, the framelets that go with this Holtz Tattered Christmas stamp set from Stampers Anonymous. And so the die set is a thinlets framelets die, and there are a couple of ways that we can do this. One is that you can stamp the images ahead of time if you'd like, and then put the framelit on it and cut it out. I'll show you how to do that with both machines. And then the other one is to actually cut them out blank and use the stamp platform to stamp onto them after they're already cut out. So I will show you that as well. But the main goal is to show you how fast it is to use the Sidekick as opposed to even the Big Shot. So let me get that out. All right, so I'm sure most of you know how to do this. I have my magnetic extended platform here. I'm going to put my die cut down there. I'm going to put my Distress Heavy Stock on there because I'm going to want to stamp, and I'm also going to want to watercolor these. So I get it started. I'm going to go ahead and push it through, and I only use the extended platform. I know there's a shorter one, but it still takes me just as much time. Once you get it through, you want to go ahead and pull it off, and there you go. So it took, you know, a few seconds to go ahead and do that, and then you're going to pull that out, and then we can stamp on it. So there's that way. There is also the way where it is stamped beforehand. So let me go ahead and move this back through. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, and excuse all the ink under my fingernails. There you go. I usually hold it down with some design tape. Turn it over. Put your cutting mat on, and you're going to want to work it through again. And there you go. You pull that out, and you have your image. So again, it takes a few minutes to do that each time, but I want to show you how quick it goes through with the Sidekick. So here's the Sidekick. It is very, very light and easy to pick up. I can put it right on my workstation. I hold it steady, and you just turn this right over, and it locks into place. So you can do one-handed cutting. You have your two cutting blocks, and then what you can do, as I said before, is that you can actually just put the die that you want to cut onto the cutting mat, and then just run it through quickly, and then you're ready to go, and you can, whoops, see, it pops right out, and you can cut a whole bunch of those very, very quickly, and then stamp on them using a stamp platform. Or if you would like, you can take your die and put it on, line it up, get your tape, Run it through. And you're done. It's that simple. And you can do it so quickly and so fast. Look how beautiful that is. And I actually sat here the other night and I used the tag set that comes with the Sidekick, and I cut a whole bunch of tags because I am doing a grateful journal. And so I just sat and I just cut out a bunch of pattern paper tags and a bunch of cardstock tags. In about 30 minutes, I just sat here and just cranked them right out. It was probably less than 30 minutes. I'm just guesstimating. It was so fast, and I didn't have to go anywhere. I could just do it all right here. And the other beautiful thing about being able to move this is that then I can get my stamp platform out if I want, like I was saying. And what you can do is you can cut one out of a piece and then line up the stamp on the stamp platform. I learned this tip from my friend Joy. And then you can put your blank die cut piece in, ink it up, stamp it, and look at that, you're good to go. I didn't ink it, but you can see that there's a little bit of an image there. And so that is a really easy way to do a whole bunch of these if you want to just sit and just crank out a whole bunch of presents with your Sidekick, and then go ahead and put them in your stamp platform, and you can stamp a whole bunch. This one was done that way, just by putting a little piece in and then running your die cut through. So anyway, I hope that convinces you that this Sidekick is, to me, definitely worth the purchase. And it has just been so simple and made my creative time so easy to be able to use everything right here, and I don't have to keep moving around in my studio, and I can take this into other rooms and use it. So definitely, even if you have other machines, I highly recommend this Sizzix Sidekick by Tim Holtz.